Welcome to the JC Pod. I'm your host, Jaden Chandler Parnell, partnered with Stare Down Sports. You see who I got with me. My boy, the Redbeard, a.k.a. Rowan Dives, a.k.a. Associate of Franklin Merle. How you doing, my guy?
Doing good, baby. Doing good. Ready for some real football to get jumping off this weekend, even if it's on the collegiate level.
Man, I'm gonna have to ask you a little bit about that college action here soon. I mean, basically, for those of you who know, and for those of you who don't know, my boy's a gambling man over here. Some might even call him an expert, not a square. For sure, not a square. Maybe even a shark. But anyway, regardless on if I'm having him on, we might as well talk some bets while we're at it. So, what I thought today, little miscommunication on the numbers and everything, but we got some college for you and a lot of NFL, like a lot of NFL. So, I think we're basically what I'm thinking of. We'll start off with a little college, talk a little college action, go to NFL, and then we're gonna end it with basically the games for the weekend. Hopefully, it's only a 45-minute episode. Everyone else will know by the time they're seeing this. We have no clue, so you know what we do, baby, on this? We hop right in. You want to start? Do you
I'll
got
take
anything fun for
I'll take
college?
the over.
Over. Oh, every time take the over. I give it 45 to an hour. It's probably gonna be about hour 30, hour 45, knowing our luck. But no, for real. What do you got? You got any fun college ones you want to give out that's like that you would sound the horns for maybe, or something you
I
really
got
like?
four. I got four college bets that I like. I placed them a few weeks ago. Some of the lines are moving. I just got the current numbers on on these lines. But they are nothing special, nothing to even shake a stick at. I mean, you might as well just bet single games compared to some of these overs and unders. But I do like two SEC teams totals, win totals on the season. The first one I like is the Florida over 5.5. You get
Ooh.
5.5 minus 145. Just the thought that Florida is gonna get under 6 wins doesn't sit right with me this year. Not that I think they have any players or any real coaching changes or anything big enough to really change the needle. But they had a horrible year last year compared to Florida standards. And I think just as a university and as a tradition of Florida football, they get back to some winning football this year, even if it's only 6 wins, go 6-6 or whatever.
I say a
Five and
point
a
to
half is just
sorry to cut you off. A point to add to that, all the words I'm hearing is the quarterback might not be as like athletically talented as Anthony Richardson, but it's not much gonna be much of a step off is what I'm hearing as well. So I mean, a 5.5 is a really good number for a team that looks to probably be at least 7-5, right?
yeah. I mean, last year they had all the talent, man. They had a bunch of coaching problems. I watched a few Florida games, and I hope that this doesn't continue this season, but the bug of going forward on 4th and 5 and 4th and 6 on your own 30 was rampant in college football last year. And
We don't like that.
the guy with the biggest illness was Florida's head coach. I saw him put his team in a hole a few times. Even saw LSU put themselves in a hole against Tennessee doing that same BS in the first half. The other team I like though is Tennessee. They're the opposite spectrum of Florida when you're talking about teams that doing things getting back to the norm. I'm gonna bet them to get back to a 500 or a little better team. Last year, by Tennessee standards, they had one of the greatest seasons of all time. Hendon Hooker
Really impressive.
was on fire last year. I mean, everything. If you watch college football, you remember what happened with Tennessee football last year. Beat Bama, take the field goal post down to the river. 10-win team.
Wow.
Beat LSU. Played some real tough games. So if you think that they can do that again, bet the over. I'm gonna say on the contrary and say that they go back towards the medium now. A lot of that hype is gone, and a lot of those players are in the NFL that really had anything to do with it. Give me the under on Tennessee under 9 and a hook.
Ooh.
It is heavily juiced,
A little
heavily
spicy.
heavily juiced. A minus 190 on this one. Tennessee under 9.5.
Some would say criminally
Just
juiced.
that's how
Enough
you
one to
know
move the
it's
number, right?
right. Just give me the under
Disgusting.
nine at minus 110 or something. But yeah, definitely that
Nasty.
hook is holding a lot of weight on that 9.5 minus 190. Moving over to the Pac-12 real quick. Last season the Pac-12 will be a Pac-12. Give me Oregon State also. Same thing I just said about Tennessee. I believe that even more for Oregon State. Had an outstanding year last year. If they do it twice, then they'll just have to bite me. Give me the under on Oregon State. The Beavers, eight and a
Mm.
half. It's minus 140. willing to pay that any day of the week. And the last college thing I really have for you, my bad, to just kind of take over the beginning
Hey,
of the
you're all
show.
good. All good. You're the guest, baby. It's your show today. I'm just here.
At
I'm just here.
plus 140, plus 140. I can't believe this is plus money. Give me Alabama to just make the playoffs. Nick Saban and Alabama to just
Crazy.
make the playoffs, plus 140. I mean, if you look at their schedule, they probably got three, maybe four tough games all year. I believe at the very worst, this team comes out. Uh, I really believe they're going to be a one-loss team that wins the SEC. I think they're going to lose one to either Texas or LSU in the regular season. But honestly, man, if you look at Georgia's schedule in the SEC, it's going to be Georgia versus the winner
Hey,
of Bama and LSU in the SEC championship game. And I think Bama, they host LSU this year. And also, I think they got some, what's it called, chip on their shoulder from Georgia taking over not only the South, but the entire college football realm. I think this is going to be the first game that Georgia really has any real competition. And I think that's going to bite them in the butt late in the season.
yeah.
Georgia has one of the easiest schedules. If the first game you're playing that's for real talent, that where the spread's going to be under 10, 12 points, is Alabama coming in with a chip on their shoulder, you better watch out. And I think Alabama wins the SEC championship. It gets that automatic 11 and 1, 12 and 0 bid into the playoffs. At plus 140, Alabama to make the playoffs. I feel like every year it's either. I feel like every year Alabama's in it regardless. I can't remember a
Damn
year off
near.
the top of my head they haven't been in it.
I can't either. I would say honestly, you pretty much nailed it on the head. Honestly, I would love the Alabama one. I don't have it on my sheet, but that's something definitely that plus 140 for them to make the playoffs. It almost feels like a gift almost. It almost feels like one of the ones the books are like, hey, if you find this, we got you this year. I mean, that's a really good one, honestly. I mean, them to make the playoffs is crazy. They're gonna have. I mean, I know they have some questions at quarterback, but they're gonna have a really good year, I think, regardless. Yeah, I college wise, I'm with you. There's not a lot I have. I went kind of the opposite route of you. I went, I think, a little bit.
Real quick, I'm sorry.
You're all good.
Just to that point specifically, the last three times that Nick Saban's had a quarterback, I guess you call it controversy. Nobody knows who's going to start. He's won a championship.
Hey,
Going all the way back to all the way back.
stats
I'm not
that.
going to list all the quarterbacks, but I mean, we remember the Hurts and Tua situation. We remember the situation a few years before that.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
usually when they're at their best.
yeah. I mean, you said it best. I would say that's really they are really at their best when they got to rely on everybody else. This damn chair, man. Speaking, you talk about on your show to get a new chair. I need a new chair, bro. This thing's squeaky. I don't know if I'm big or what. I'm sorry to interrupt on this point, but dude, literally, it's just during the show. I have to sit on it, it's just falling down. I end up like I'm 5'2" by the end of the damn show. I had this chair that's
Nah.
been going on for a few shows now with the squeak and everything. I just know being a fellow issue with the chair guy, you would truly get that.
Hey,
Uh,
every day I feel like my show is ruined by the chair squeak.
Bro, I just embrace it at this point. It's just like, hey, this is just building chips on the shoulder for when I get the new chair. And when when the numbers come, man, we'll get we'll get some nice chairs. We'll upgrade some nice chairs. I'll tell you what, balling on a budget. But no, get the back on track a little bit. Sorry about all that chair talk. There's some chair talk for you today if you were looking for some. I got there's two I question. So there's one I really question, but I really like it. But this number is so juiced that I don't even want to touch it. Minnesota under 7.5, minus 170. Their schedule's impossible. They got a really, really tough schedule, but like I said, minus 170. I'm probably staying away from that just because of how juiced it is. Penn State over 9.5 and plus, I think minus 140 at 9.5. Really like that number too. Another number that does just a little too much juice for me, honestly, for 10 wins too. If it was like 8.5, that I would probably be a little bit okay with it. Even 9, just adding the hook there makes it a little iffy for me. One I really do like here, minus 118, Illinois over 6.5. I can't remember their schedule off the top of my head, but at the time of me writing this down and doing all my stuff, Illinois has really, I want to say, decent schedule. Especially their out of conference. I think their out of conference schedule they could easily go 4-0. I should probably look that. I probably should look that up, right? Let me just let me pause. See, yes, here we go. Toledo, Kansas, Penn State, Florida Atlantic, Purdue, Nebraska, Maryland, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Indiana, Iowa, Northwestern. This is one of my favorite ones I'm going to give out today. I mean, let's just see. Northwestern probably should win that. Iowa winnable, Indiana winnable, Minnesota winnable. Maryland winnable, Purdue winnable, Florida Atlantic winnable, Kansas winnable, Toledo winnable. That's 9 wins. I mean, Illinois truly has a really good chance this year. Their defense is really good. I think this is their first or second year under their coach, so I really like the chances Illinois has to do something this year. And then I got two fun ones basically. Louisville over 8.5 at plus 132. New Year under Jeff Brom with them them Cardinal boys. So and it's him basically a homecoming for him. The Cardinals look to be not too bad this year. I think this was another one. I'll be honest, I stole this from a podcast I love. Shout out the Cover Three podcast. I think all four of them damn near talked this one up about their schedule is one thing they brought up, and then I forget what else they brought up, but the way they talked about it and me actually going through and looking at it, it's like wow, 8.5 at plus money is not too bad at all. I believe they got this at 8 though. That's the only thing kind of makes me nervous is I'm getting the hook now, but you get plus 132 for that, so it's really good for that. By the way, for Illinois, you think Illinois can get to the Big Ten championship game? Plus 550 might not be a bad sprinkle for, like I said, the schedule they have if they can figure out some things. But that's a lot. And then before I ask your opinion on which one of these three between Illinois, Louisville, and the third one I'm going to give out, which one you like the most? Colorado, baby, 3.5. The disrespect to Deion Sanders. I know there's a whole transfer portal. I know there's all that, but plus money for 3.5 wins, 4 games for Colorado. That's another one where I will look up their schedule real quick because there was a point I remember their schedule a little tougher, but like I said, for 3.5, that feels almost like criminal to the TCU, Nebraska, Colorado State, Oregon, USC, Arizona State, Stanford, UCLA, Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, Utah, and then the Pac-12 game to make it there. A lot of people think this team's going to bow out early in the season and they're going to be a better team for next year. So the gamble you're taking by taking this 3.5 is you think they're going to have a decent start to the year, or maybe even go like 1-3 and be able to hold it together, and then find a way to win like a few games. I think Deion Sanders is going to win 5 games. This is all faith in the coach. I think Shedeur Sanders is going to be. I think he has some potential to be really, really good. And then third thing, I am very excited to see Travis Hunter play both ways. That is going to be a lot of fun. So, but for you, you being a more of the better man than I am, and by that I mean just more of the actual Vegas experience. Between Illinois' over, Louisville's over, or Colorado's over, which one do you like the most? I like Louisville's for the actual like logistics of it based on they play, but I truly like the Colorado one for only 4 games and it being plus money. So yeah, between those three, what do you like?
The thing that scares me about Colorado is the Pac-12. It's still
Yep.
together right now. I'm sure that schedule is going to be. They'll have to win a lot of most of the non-conference games, and I don't know if they'll be ready to roll beginning of the season like that. Uh, I feel like usually when a new coach comes in and they start a new regime and they get rid of everything and he comes in the first day and tells every player might as well hit the transfer portal because y'all was trash as hell last year.
I mean, he's
I
not
think it's
wrong.
going to take them. I don't think he's wrong at all. But I think when you're in that situation, it's going to take you a few years to get some wins together. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Colorado at 2 or 3 wins and the hook
Yeah.
burns you. Louisville, don't know much about ACC football outside of the big names, Miami, Florida State, Clemson, even a little UNC and Duke. Never thought about Louisville as a football team. Over 8.5 scares the life out of me.
Yep.
And
Like I said,
Illinois.
it used to be the fact they gave it a hook and made it plus money is the reason why I'm like a little
And all
sketchy.
I'm saying is I have no idea on that one.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like a fun one. But
That's
I have
usually
no
that's usually
idea.
not how a confident bet sentence starts. Seems like a fun one. No, I'm with you. That's one
Jeez.
out of the three I gave out. I'm a little bit iffy on for sure.
And Illinois, man, I'm gonna be honest. I got a dot by it. I'm gonna ride it with you this season over 6.5. You sold me on it. I'll probably also sprinkle the plus 550 for the Big Ten championship. I feel like they'd have to go undefeated to get there, so
Hey,
I might not do that one. But the over 6.5, I do like on Illinois, especially in the Big Ten. It's gonna be freezing. It's gonna be snowing. Weather is not gonna be good. So I think any game is winnable in the Big Ten, and if they got a little bit of talent in a ninth line, I think they can make some noise.
oh yeah. I just want to pull this up. I have to find it real quick again, but let's give you the numbers. But the Big Ten West, that's the side that's not Michigan, Ohio State, like the gauntlet up top. This is the other weaker side with the little brother Wisconsin, and I got to figure out who the other team is. But Illinois is like fourth, I think third or fourth on the list, and it's like really, it is very, very tempting. Like it's conference winners, Big Ten. Sorry, let
And
me
they'd have to be
conference.
undefeated
Sorry,
though.
you said what? Sorry.
They'd have to be undefeated though.
Sorry, that's a division winner. No, they probably wouldn't. You're still right. I'm just saying like you don't got to worry about them like going up against Ohio State for this and everything. Cause yeah, this is on FanDuel by the way for the division winners. It's Big Ten West. You got Wisconsin plus 140, Iowa plus 260, who I'm iffy on right now. They could be decent though. I think Minnesota plus 470, who I think they aren't going to win 7 games like I just said. And then you got Illinois fourth at 550. So I mean, this is truly like the Big Ten West is wide open. That's the point I just wanted to get across by reading out those numbers. Like, I have more faith in Iowa than I do a little bit of Wisconsin, but I am by no means a college football expert. This is just like my feelings. I just love the number 550, which I just wanted to share that with you too, so you had some insight because I didn't fully explain it too when I gave it out. When it came to that's the Big Ten West division winner at plus 550. Them Illinois boys.
Yeah, I mean, hey, anybody could do it. I like your Minnesota under 7.5. That's a high number for any Big Ten school. I think Illinois is right on the fringe, man. At minus 118, over 6.5. Hey, 7-5
It's
is
a
a
good
good
number.
season.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a good
That's
number.
exactly
So
what I gotta hope for. 7-5, they just go a little bit above 500. Just one win above 500, basically.
and I know that boy Brad Underwood ain't got nothing to do with it, but I always love me some Brad Underwood.
Hey man, I can't wait till the people get to know your love about Brad Underwood. That love
Yeah,
hate.
that's my
Them
guy,
boys just,
man.
in the great words of you last season, them boys were just not listening.
They just, man, we ain't gotta get on it, bro. I could rant college basketball for hours,
Hey,
man.
yeah, we're gonna put a pin in that and save it for. We'll see if them boys listen this year. But no, that's all I got for college. I think that's basically all you got for college. Perfect. That's about a good little mark. So, but like I said, we got a lot of NFL. So I'm gonna try to keep us. I got the ship steering. I'm gonna try to keep us as organized as possible. But a lot of value, a lot of numbers. I know from my end. I haven't got to see his, so I'm very excited to see his. But I assume the way I want to do it, because I think you got a little bit more than me. I'm just gonna bounce around from like team to team. I'm gonna give out like I kind of I was gonna keep it a little bit organized, but I just thought it'd probably be harder to do that. I'm just gonna kind of bounce around. We'll just go basically what we feel, and I'll just mark them off my list as we go for me, and then yeah, I'm basically just gonna share with you. So like I'll share whatever I got, and then if you got something that's similar to that, vice versa, we'll basically just do it like that. Or how do you want to do like one for one? Do you want to do like I give out one or two, you give out one or two, or do you how you want to do it?
Oh man, whatever works. Honestly, I mean, I got every division winner written down here.
Oh sweet. So yeah, we'll do one for one then because I don't have too many division winners. I got a lot of I'm a lot more player proppy, so if you got the division winners, we can just kind of not I would say go
Yeah, I
by
mean,
division, but keep it a little bit organized that way.
I got all the divisions broke down, and then I got every award broke down, and then I got my favorite 3 to 4 prop numbers in every pretty much like QB touchdowns, running back
Okay.
touchdowns.
I got how we're gonna do it now. Perfect. So we're gonna start with we'll just start with division winners. We'll just go really quickly because I know the player props will probably take us the longest. Because firstly for my end, because I have a lot. I have not seen yours, but I have a lot. So we'll go division winners. We'll go then what was that? Player awards, and then the player props end it. So division winners. All right. I'll go first because since this is I only got one for sure. I'm taking. Already got it locked in. It's the Titans plus. Now they're at 310. I got them at 330. Also, you see the hat behind me. I already took the Colts. That's not we don't need to talk about that. I can tell. I've told you about it on many shows. But basically, I like the Titans for the number. I got it basically right before DeAndre Hopkins came, so I had a little bit of value. If the Jaguars simply take one small step down, I think that it's yeah, I think it's basically their
I
vision
don't
to
think the
take.
Jaguars are as good as people think the Jaguars are. I'll just throw that out there, and I'll just say I got the Titans with you. I got them at 325.
Don't
Also
forget.
on the Titans.
Ooh, I like it. I'll let you explain why you like it in a minute, because I'll add one more point. Don't forget in 2017 that the Jaguars almost made the Super Bowl, and then simply 4 years later they had back-to-back number one overall picks. Not first-round picks, number one overall. That means you are booty trash. But yeah, go ahead. Why do you like the Titans this division?
If you just look around the division, Titans are the only
Besides
team
the
that's
Colts,
proven.
obviously. Sorry. Besides the Colts, why do you like the Titans this division?
Yeah, if you look around the division, Titans are the only team that's proved anything in the last decade. The Jaguars have been good here and there, but never consistent. I don't believe too much in Trevor Lawrence. The one guy I do believe in is Calvin Ridley. I got him for a few
Player
player awards
Awards,
this
excited
season.
to
He's
see him.
been I'm excited to see him too. I think he gives them some electric spots, electric plays. I think they get some good wins. But I don't see the Jaguars being anything over an 8-9 win team. Uh, I was about to say the Astros, then I was about to say the Rockets. The Houston Texans, baby, H Town, South Side. I don't see them getting over 6 wins and then going up there in the Indianapolis Colts. Believe it or not, and I'm not just saying this because you're a Colts guy and I'm on your show. I really like the Colts this year, but I don't think they're going to be better than the Titans. I think
Hey,
the Titans get a
that
good,
boy 5.
solid. Yeah, that's crazy to me
That's
too. I
why.
love.
I think. Sorry to interrupt you, but I think that's
No,
like
you're
the main
good.
reason. Not me. Obviously, I'm not trying to speak for you, but I feel like that's probably one of the main reasons you like them is because of that guy they got a quarterback and how he's basically their X factor, damn near. That's what got me so excited.
You talking about Richardson?
Yes, sir. He used to be 15, but
I
now he's 5.
no, I love Richardson. I do love Richardson. I'm just excited that it sucks everything going on with Jonathan Taylor that happened this
Man,
week.
we are not
But
talking about down this show.
the last 4 seasons, the Colts I felt like were right there, and by
Yep.
right there I mean if y'all didn't have a 60-year-old quarterback the last 4 seasons. I
Hey,
mean if y'all had a quarterback that was there more than one season
you preaching to the
starting.
choir, baby. I mean, oh my goodness. And this is like, so to add into it too, like for the people like who truly like aren't Colts fans and got to watch the season. I mean, seriously, I'll go through the timeline with everybody. Philip Rivers loses to the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs, and it's simply because. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it was a bad loss. I can't remember totally off the top of my head, but it was one of those games where, like, even what happened, no matter what the score is, they were basically probably 5 plays away from winning. But you know how that usually goes. Leave that be. Next season, they bring in Carson Wentz. I think people forget the Colts were in the playoffs those last 2 weeks until Carson Wentz lost back-to-back games that basically cost the Colts the playoff spots. Like, and don't even get me started on that Jacksonville debacle. They literally were wearing clown masks to the stadium that everyone thought, oh man, the Colts are easily going to make the playoffs. All they got to do is beat the Jags, who want their owner fired or not their owner, whoever it was, lose to them. And then the following year, I think it's Matt. I just can't.
Matty Ice.
We aren't talking about Matt Ryan now. I tell you what, I love Matt Ryan the person, but Matt Ryan the football player, goddamn does that guy really piss me the fuck off. I got some scars with that boy. But that's not the point of the episode today. Like I said,
Man,
we're
I ain't
talking
never
about the
rooted for
Titans.
him.
We're talking about the divisions. Like we said, as much as we love the Colts, I just wanted to bring the point. The Colts have been right there, and now it's to the point where everything else is starting to fall off. Now they got the quarterbacks. They're building up a little bit. The Texans are going to be at the bottom probably because they're a year away, I think, too, from being something special. And then that basically leaves it between the Texans and Jaguars, which we both like Titans. I meant Titans and Jaguars. I can't speak.
Yeah,
Talk show host, I can't
now it's
speak.
all good. Yeah, Titans, man. The biggest downfall or the biggest whatever you can say about them is that they win 11, 12 games, go to the playoffs and lose, which you're giving me a price of plus 300, even more than that on them winning the division. I'll take it because that's what they've proven that they can
And
do.
don't forget who their
Um,
coach is. That's
I
another
love
thing.
Vrabel. I love Henry. I love D Hop. And I love that boy Tannehill.
He does get overly hated. As much as I do disrespect him from time to time, he does get overly hated. For sure.
Yeah, I get it. He's not Tom Brady, but he's definitely above average. He's definitely a good quarterback. Anybody who thinks he's not, uh,
Oh.
that's the problem with sports today and everything. We don't have to go too deep on it, but if you're not Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, or
Then
I
get
don't
out
know,
the
Babe Ruth,
league.
you're
Basically.
trash.
Yeah, basically
Yeah,
you're either butt booty buns or you're the goat. There's no in between anymore, which is crazy because hey, every team needs a good role player. I think I can't agree with you more. Basically, I love everything about that team. Everything basically, I just love that. I think the Titans, as much as I hate the Titans for how much they annoy the Colts, that's why I love them that much more. Is because I get to watch them twice a year and know how damn good they are. So we're gonna move on. We'll just go quickly to the AFC East. We'll go to quick division. I'm personally, for me, no actual money on this line here, but if I had to pick, I'm probably going to lean Jets even with the hype. I just think that like with how much they've added now, especially getting Dalvin Cook, that team's going to do something special this year. Who do you like in this division?
I'm on the Jets also, man. As corny and
Woo!
square as it sounds, um, and it sucks because whoever has had the hype the last few years in every sport has had a downfall. But I think Aaron Rodgers and the Jets do have the talent, the expertise, the knowledge, and the skill to overcome the hype. We saw what happened with the Lions last year off of their Hard Knocks hype, opened up 1-6.
Man,
I think the Jets end up opening up like 2-2, and you could probably get a better number after week 3 or 4 on this. But I am on it at plus 250. I think after they go 2 for 2, they end up ripping off 8 to 10 straight, and we're going into week 14 or 15 with them being 11-3, 12-4, something like that going
man.
into the last week. I think the Jets have this division on lock. Not only do I think the Jets have this division on lock, I'm gonna give you one more just to scratch them off faster. Give me the Buffalo Bills to miss the playoffs at plus 225.
Woo! Do you
Plus
think? By the
225.
way, stat to give out. I can't remember the exact number, but every year I think it's either 50%, which means about four teams ish. Every year, about four teams that made the playoffs last year don't make the playoffs. So you think the Bills are gonna be one of those teams that are gonna miss it? Why? Let's fill up some drama. Why do you think?
I think the turmoil inside of the locker room is getting loud, loud, loud. I also think that the division around them is catching up. The Jets are the biggest team that you can say caught up to the Bills this year. Also, Miami. I do not know if they will be as good as they were last year, but hell, everybody and their mama thinks they will. I
If Tua can
actually
stay healthy,
believe I actually believe the New England Patriots, who I have at plus 270 to make the playoffs, will end
not a
up
bad play. I love
will
it.
end up making the playoffs and being better than the Buffalo Bills. And the last bet that I have on this division right now is the Buffalo Bills, who I think are the most overrated and trash team in football,
Here
to
we
finish
go.
fourth in their division at plus 800. So
Oh,
give me the Bills to be fourth in their
oh,
division
hey
plus
now.
800. Give me the Patriots to make the playoffs at plus 270, Bills to miss the playoffs at plus 225, and the New York Football Jets to win the division at plus 250. Got a lot of valuable money against the Bills this year, and I think I'm finally going to cash in on it. I think Josh Allen falls apart. I think he throws a Jameis Winston 2019 type year where he
Oh,
leads the league in yards and throws 40 and 40. That's touchdowns and picks. But that is just me. That's the thing about these future bets. If you can go with a gut feeling and ride with it and get a good number and actually pull the trigger, you might end up richer in the end. But there is no guarantee on any bet, especially not a futures bet. And those are how I like to look at this AFC East. I think you'll end up with the Jets and the Patriots at 1 and 2, and end up with Miami
ooh, spicy.
beating the Buffalo Bills by 1 or 2 games as far as record goes, and the Bills end up in last place. I
Hey,
mean, let me
I ain't
let me
talking
break it
back
down like
about it.
this real quick. Jets got 12 wins. Patriots somehow scrape out 10 wins, and then you got the Bills and the Dolphins both with 8 or 9 wins. I
I
know it
mean,
sounds crazy.
not the craziest though. I mean, you split those divisions up down the middle. That's about what 3-3 already. So I mean, it's not the craziest thing. I mean, I'm not as much as a Bengal hater as you are, but no, I'm just playing. I mean, hey, you might be. I would love to be able to clip this, at the end of the year and be like, hey, this guy was all over it, because that's honestly how you feel about them is kind of how I feel about the Cowboys. So I mean, and I'm sitting with you. I still think the Bills are obviously really good. I still think Josh Allen is really good, but it's the same thing. Like really, 9-8 is really good in the NFL. It's just not really great. And I mean, that's one of the things that, well, I said this division's so tough, but I'm with you, man. I like everything you said. I think you said it best. I mean, hey, man, the Bills can do something, but man, I tell you what, I'm really excited about those Jets. The offense is really deep. I have a lot, and by a lot, I mean
I
a huge
love that
future
D
in them.
line, man.
Their D line's insane, man. Like, have you been watching Hard Knocks?
Never in my life have I watched one episode of Hard Knocks.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This year it's not pretty decent. I've been enjoying it a lot, but One of the things they've been showing some of the D-line highlights and some of the plays. Oh my, Quentin Williams. We can go on a rant, not even a rant, just stroking him for hours. That boy is good at D-line. But like I said, we're gonna keep it moving so we don't keep everybody here all day. I agree with you. Their D-line's insane. Their defense is gonna be really good, and it's just gonna come down to the coaching and can they protect the quarterback. And I think if they do that, that's a division-winning team for you. And those New York Jets. Okay, now it's time for the AFC North. Um, I'll start it off. I got them hashtag Who Dey boys. I'm going to take them to win division plus 150. Still not 100% sure if I'm going to bet on it or not. I'm kind of waiting to see if I can get this number slightly better. But regardless, the reason I'm not going to bet on it for the division is I'm taking them to win the Super Bowl. You can get a plus 1,000 now. I'm probably going to be taking it probably after the show, honestly, and you'll probably see it floating up here in a minute. Obviously behind my boys that are rolling across the screen right now. The Indianapolis Colts to win the Super Bowl, baby, at plus 20,000. Behind them, I truly do. I like the Bengals a lot. I think that a plus 1,000 was plus 700 when I originally gave it out when I started my breakdown series a few weeks ago. So for those of you who've been following along, you can now get already plus 300 on this number, and Joe Burrow's going to be coming back. I don't know how much higher this number's going to get, so I really do like them to win the Super Bowl. So obviously, I think they're going to do probably something really good in their division as well. How do you feel? But I will admit before I cut off though, this is going to be a really tough division. I think the Browns probably finished fourth, but Deshaun Watson's going to be play really well. They have really good receivers and running back. The Steelers look really well improved, and the Ravens also look really well improved, even though they lost the first preseason game forever. I mean, this is a really hard division to bet.
I
Really
think
hard.
it's going to be the toughest division all year in football. I think it's going to be any one of these four teams could end up coming out on top. I think Deshaun Watson is going to bounce back to the superstar he once was. Um, I have the Bengals plus 500 to win the AFC,
Woo!
to
You
go to
can
the
probably
Super
bet on
Bowl
it
out of the
that.
AFC. Bengals plus 500. Um, I had another one on the Bengals. I don't know where it's at, but Steelers. I hate to do it. Don't know how much I believe in it, but I bet the Steelers almost every year to win this division. I got them this year at plus 450 for the AFC North. The Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. I also have the Steelers to make the playoffs at plus 130. And just to contradict me telling you they're going to win the division, if you want some more value and you think somebody else is going to win the division, give me the Steelers to make the playoffs as a wild card team at plus 275,
I love
baby.
it.
All over the steel curtain. Also,
Give me their over, by
last
the
bet I
way.
have on the Steelers.
Sorry to add that in. Give me their over. Tomlin, their over's about like I think 8ish. Tomlin always goes over. He's gonna have a winning season. If it's anything under 9 or so, give it to me. You can go ahead. Sorry.
I think this team is about to make a huge step. I think all four of these teams in
Kenny
this
Pickett's
division are
that
going to
dude.
be. I think Kenny Pickett turns into Burrow Jr. I think the two guys on the outside, Pickens and Johnson, turn into the best one-two punch in football. Oh, and don't forget, I think they have the best running back in the league, and Najee Harris. Of course, he's a young buck still figuring it out. But I got a lot of props on Harris.
Me
Got a
too.
lot of props on Pickett. I love the Steelers this year. The last one I got on the Steelers as a team is for them to have the least points conceded, meaning their defense gives up the least points on the season.
Wow.
That is plus 1,000 for the Steelers to give up the least points in the league. Even if their defense isn't the greatest defense, just the tempo in which they play, usually their games are under 20, 19, 16 type games. Now, I do think their offense is going to be a little better this year, which might uh, push the pace a little bit and give the other team one or two more possessions to score. But I also think their defense is going to step up once they see their offense stepping up. So give me the Steelers coming out of the AFC North. Give me the Steelers to make the playoffs plus 130, plus 450 for them to win the division. Steelers least points conceded on the season plus 1,000.
I love it, man. I'm really excited for the Steelers. So hey, you can. That guy's bleeding black and gold over there this season, and he hates that red, white, and blue of those goddamn Buffalo Bills. The
Man, I'm gonna
Buffalo
be honest.
Bills.
I don't know
I'm
what
just
it
playing.
is. Steelers slowly became my second favorite team the last decade, man. It
No,
used to be Saints and Giants. Now it's Saints and Steelers. I still love the Giants, but
you think it's Tomlin a little bit? I do. I love Tomlin. The more I've heard him come on like shows and everything, hear more like getting to see the more of like real him, like not just the media, like the clip. He's awesome. I love him as a coach. He's truly awesome, and I get
definitely
why everyone
love
wants to play
Tomlin.
with him. And something to add in too, that Steelers culture is the closest thing in the NFL to college culture. You do get all those guys coming back. I mean, I'm with you. If I
Miami
wasn't,
Heat.
what about the Miami Heat?
That's how they win games.
Oh, with culture.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not.
Nobody.
We ain't talking about that culture. That's a different culture. This is behind the scenes culture. That's on the court culture. We got. No, you are right though. I mean, hey, you see how like average the I don't want to say average, but I mean like you, as much as we just joked about, it's a really good point. You see how average the Miami Heat are and how far that culture took them. I mean, Tomlin breeds not losing, and they have a winning culture and a really good defense. So I mean, you can't ask for much more from the Steelers. I mean, they're really, really good. All right, do you want to just get this division over with in like 20 seconds? AFC West, hands on 1, 2, 3, Chiefs. All right, ready to move on? Or do you have a full
Yeah,
AFC West? I'm
we
not even gonna
we
touch it.
can, but I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Chiefs have
I
won
think the
8 times in a
Chiefs.
row. About I think 7 or 8.
Yeah, and let me tell you something about the way the world works. The Kansas City Chiefs be lucky to win 10 games this year. I think they got some weird
Oh,
stuff coming. A tornado, a hurricane, some
they're in the
injury
middle of a
problems,
dynasty though.
maybe.
You think that this dynasty is about to hit its shaky start already?
No, but I think this is gonna be a bad year for them.
Why? Elaborate a little bit more. What do you think? Do you just think it's a vibe thing that you're feeling, or what's your inclining to this? I hope
I
we get that
think
right.
I think there's gonna be some injury problems with the Kansas City Chiefs. Whether that's
Okay.
offensive line, whether that's a big guy, a big name like
By the
Kelsey, or
way,
even Mahomes.
Chris Jones
And
still is on
I,
holdout, by the way. Just wanted to add that in. Chris Jones is still holding out, so they don't have the best defensive lineman and defensive player, arguably. Keep going.
at some point, also when you keep winning and you keep winning and you keep winning, two things happen. You're not able to afford the guys that really help you win
Yep.
anymore, and also it's hard for a human to not take the foot off the gas a little bit. It's hard for a human not to take things for granted. You win one Super Bowl, you can still be hungry. You win a second one, I don't know how hungry you're gonna be. And I'm not saying this. Any of this is facts. Nobody can guess somebody getting hurt. Honest to God, I pray nobody gets hurt in the world of sports. But I think this is gonna be one of them years where something crazy happens. And by crazy, I just mean Mahomes is out 8 weeks with a sprain something, or a couple of linemen go down, or
I mean,
Andy Reid get
it
a bad
happened,
cough.
what? Like, happened almost like 2 years ago, basically, where Mahomes missed a few weeks with his knee. And, I mean, it happens. I mean, it's one of those things where they have been pretty lucky on the injury front, where they just, like, even if they do get injuries, like Pacheco was injured, they survived the season with it. So it is something where I get where you're coming from. That is something to definitely worry about.
I just feel like this the year to bet against them. And I'm gonna be honest with you. After saying all that, I made this bet last season, the Broncos. But this season is different. You got Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, arguably in the history of the sport, best head coach with one of the best quarterbacks. And he might not be the best head coach like that, but as far as throwing the ball and getting aerial yards and getting wins, Sean Payton knows how to do it. Russell Wilson knows how to do it. I think they put some kind of magic together this season. Russell Wilson, I'm sure he's motivated, even if he acts like nothing bothers him on Instagram. I'm sure he's motivated in his dark room to come out and show people that it wasn't all Pete Carroll and the Seahawks, that he is a baller. Give me the Broncos, baby, plus 650 to win this division. Um, I think that's
I
it
like
on
it.
this division.
I love it.
I got Broncos plus 650. I do got a prop on Pacheco though, but we can get to those later.
Yep. I would say we're like us. We're burned through the NFC. We're doing decently pace wise, but we'll go a little long. We're already at the 40-minute mark. Not gonna We're gonna just like I said, we aren't gonna keep everybody here for an hour 45, and we aren't gonna keep ourselves here for 2 hours. Because as much as I love talking to my boy, we ain't trying to sit at a computer all day. So we're gonna keep it rolling. I really, like I said, to go over the AFC real quick. Who are your division winners that you got?
Jets, Titans, Broncos, Steelers.
I was saying I am Jets, Bengals. Only bet is for sure on the Titans, and I'm probably gonna take the Chiefs just to keep it rolling until they prove me wrong. And then so now we'll move that. Basically, we'll move on to the NFC. We'll start NFC East. Who do you like? I am no bets for me in this one. I'm just gonna watch as a fan.
Give me the football Giants at plus 850.
Ooh, that's a good number. They're
Uh,
plus 700 in my book, so you got them at a really good number.
I don't believe in the Cowboys at all, and I think the
Nope.
Eagles are a little ego inflated.
They got a tough schedule too. By the way, one of the tougher schedules. And I'm with you. Agree. I don't mind that play at all, honestly, because like I said earlier, I'm a little bit down on the Cowboys this year, especially with big old Mike McCarthy. I think they're going to be a lot low scoring, a lot closer games, which have a
I
chance to
mean, the
flip either
Cowboys
way.
stink.
They do. They need a reset. Dak. Nothing against Dak. It's one of those things where Dak's been there so
No,
long
Dak
that they've hit
stinks
their.
too.
He does kind of stink. They've hit their head against the wall so many times. I think they do need to change. I'm with you. I really like the Giants. Why do you like them? Because of coaching, because of quarterback. What do you like about the Giants that you think is going to make them take this division from their
Uh,
perspective,
if
not the other
if
teams?
if they could build on what they did last season, I think they're going to be right
Got
there
Darren
in
Waller.
week 13. Hey, and I love Darren Waller, man.
That's a great
Love,
ad.
love, love Darren Waller. Definitely think he helps. I think the offense will definitely be better. I think the defense will be a little better. I think all around this team is going to be a little better. And if they could just be a little better than they were last season, I think they go down to them playing the Eagles twice for this division. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants sweep the Eagles.
Woo.
Not saying that is possible. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but
Hey, that's a bet. I'll look that up for you real quick. Cause that was the thing. These season specials they pick one team like for this team to sweep this team in the regular season. I'm just like I never know. The Giants to beat the Philadelphia Eagles on the road and at home plus 650. Not bad, not bad at all, but
see, I'll
definitely
take the
scary.
plus 850 for them to win the division with them beating the Eagles twice in mind and get a better number on it. Because if they
Oh
beat
yeah,
the
you could
Eagles twice,
definitely you could
also,
probably get the money line and get a better money line in both games to get a better line than you get for that. But like I said, plus 650, not terrible at all.
yeah, I mean, if they sweep the Eagles, they should be winning this division.
Yeah, if they sweep the Eagles, then the Giants are going to be them Giants fans are going to be loud over there on the East Coast. How about the NFC North? Who do you like there? I think if I'm gonna bet somebody this, and I think I'm going to, as much as I am wearing the shirt, so it feels disrespectful. Shout out that you like that from my boy Kirk Cousins. I do like them, but I don't love them. Give me the Packers plus 350 for the odds. Jordan Love is getting a lot of hype, man. A lot of hype. I'm falling for it. God damn it, I'm falling for it. I think I'm taking the Packers plus 350 for the odds. As much as I do love the Lions, they can still go 10-7, make a playoff game, and not win the division. So I just love the Packers. I think for mainly just the fact I think they're gonna have the best defense in the division, mainly too. And all Jordan Love has to be is above average, and they'll be okay.
Somebody help Dan Campbell touch up his resume. People are going to be looking for defensive coordinators after this year. Give me the Vikings plus 275.
Woo!
I think the Jordan Love hype is going to be one of those overrated hypes, the opposite of what we talked about with A. Ron Rodgers.
That boy
But I'm
A.
on the Vikings, man, plus 275. I think the Lions are overrated. I think the Packers are overrated. And I think the Bears stink, flat out. I think the Vikings, one of the best regular season teams last year. Everybody says it's because they won close games. Well, guess what? That's what you need to do in this football league to win games is win the close ones as
Every
well.
game usually ends
So
up close, especially the big ones.
it's
Got
such a
that right.
weird thing to me when people take a loss to Josh Allen as one of the greatest performances ever, and then they take a 13-win season from Kirk Cousins as they
Right.
won a bunch of close games. So you can't give somebody flowers for losing and then tell somebody that they trash for winning. It just
It
don't make
literally goes
sense.
back to our point of you're the goat or you're big booty butt trash. It's the hypochondriac of media is yeah for some of those situations really sad, man. Honestly, we'll skip. Is that all you got for that division, by the way? What I'd say
Yes.
because we got some. I know we got. By the way, I only have one for sure. Actually, I lied. I got two season awards, so that will fly quickly again for me. I got, like I said, the player prop one's one. I think I'm gonna have to cut short for mine and not give out all the ones I love, but we'll get there in a minute. We still got two more divisions to go. NFC West, we'll go this one quick because I think we're both on 49ers. If I was to pick another team, it would be the Seahawks. I do like them at plus 200 because I think the offense is really talented. It's just going to be if their defense can hold up, which I think they could. But like I said, I think I got to take Purdy and them 49er boys because I think they are everything out of camp about them is that they look good.
I hate the 49ers with all my heart, but I'd be lying to you if I didn't think they was gonna win the Super Bowl this year. I got the 49ers to win this division. I got the 49ers to come out of the NFC at plus 400
Ooh.
and go to the Super Bowl. And I hate to say it, and I'm going to hate to watch it too. And it sucks going into the NFL season expecting the 49ers to win a Super Bowl with
Plus a
my
thousand
hatred
to
for
win.
them. Yeah, man. I haven't put that one in yet, but I do have the plus 400 on them to win NFC, and I got them at minus 165 to win this division.
You got him. Oh, I thought you said plus for a minute. I love it. I don't
Uh,
think we need to talk too much about it. But go ahead.
NFC West Cardinals least wins plus 225, but least wins in the entire league.
Yeah, because until Kyler comes back too, they could not even bring him back if the season gets too out of hand. I think the Cardinals are going to be. I think they're basically they're about 2 3 years away. I think they're having a lot of struggles. You won't get any argument from me there. The Rams could be frisky, but I think the Rams are going to be a team for next year because they got a lot of young guys on defense. That leaves us with the good old dirty NFC South, baby. You see the hat, you see the logo. I think we know who you got. Give me the Atlanta Falcons for plus 210 for the odds, like I said. But I said this on his show, I think, too. I know it's disgusting, but I'm probably taking the Falcons and the Saints both. This is one of those things where I'm going to bet on both teams. For sure, get my money with the Saints, and if not, I'm going to try to get it with the Falcons. Bucks just announced Baker the starter. Love it, man. Don't have to bet them now. Panthers, Bryce Young's going to need a year. I'm just ready to see what happens this division. But yeah, give me them New Orleans Saints and them Atlanta Falcons. This is gonna be a rare. Where I auto hedge to start the season with two teams.
No, it definitely is because I think if you wait a few weeks, you can get a better number on both of them, potentially depending on what happens. You also
Whoa!
could lose a number that you could get now.
All the numbers. Sorry to interrupt you, but all the odds just locked in my book. Something's going down. All the odds just locked, and then for the division, something's happening. Everything's locked. Whoa! Big news. But nah, keep going though. Sorry to interrupt. That just got me going.
Yeah. Of course, I like the Saints to win the division. But just to tell you the truth, I'll probably do this in about 30 seconds. I don't bet on Saints. I don't bet on Saints games. Um, that's the one true team that I keep as a fan. Never bet on it. Never will bet on it.
Very
Because if I
good.
had to bet on it, I'm always gonna bet on it. So Saints, I'm nervous, man. As a fan, the last two seasons, I thought there would be a 12, 13 win team. This season, I'd be happy if they get to 9-8. Don't believe in Derek Carr. Don't believe in Dennis Allen. Well, hey, guess what that means? I do not believe in Derek Carr and Dennis Allen together at all. So I'm not excited about this season as far as just being a Saints fan. But plus 125 to win the division. Hey,
Love it.
if you want to take it, take it.
Oh, I think it might be. I really like what you said there, though. I couldn't agree more. I'm very nervous about Derek Carr. Very nervous about, like you said, Dennis Allen. I think he's. I'm not going to throw him under the bus and say he's been the worst coach in NFL history, but there's been a lot of questions. I know you as a fan. There's been a lot of moments where I do question what he does here and there, but I think for most part, I don't know. I think it's just really. It's going to be real. That's one of those divisions. While it is really hard and it is truly wide open. Uh, Yeah, I think it's really tough to figure out like who Derek Carr is because like was Derek Carr the issue in Vegas or was it the Raiders as a whole? And this is one of those situations like it was Dennis Allen. Is Dennis Allen the issue or was it the quarterback as a whole? I think this is one of those situations where we could still not know or we might figure out like oh one of these guys is
And
worse
that's
than
the
the other.
thing. They together again. They've never won together. They've never won apart. Let's put them back together again. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen,
To be
bro.
fair,
Honestly,
he has a better defense in better defense in New Orleans. Maybe a few. I don't want to say better weapons totally because Devontae Adams was really good, and Josh Jacobs, best running back last year, and Darren Waller was really good. But Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, they definitely got some decent guys there. So I mean, I'm excited for your Saints just to see how they do in general, honestly. But I am very nervous for them. By the way, people. Wait, go ahead. This is off. What I'm going to say is off topic. Finish your thought.
last thing about Dennis Allen, I think he wakes up every morning, getting dressed. He looks to his wife and he says, "Did they fire me yet?" And then when she says, "No, babe, you still got a job. That's the head coach."
Not in the paper yet.
He says, "Oh, damn it!" And then he gets his ass up and goes to the damn practice facility and don't know what the hell he's doing. That's what I think happens every morning in Dennis Allen's life.
I mean, you could be right. There are some days where it's like, man, what is that boy doing? But what I wanted to end off with, I was reading it a little bit as you were talking too, just to fully make sure. The Colts still do not want Taylor to go, but I think Dov Kleiman might be why all the books shut down. There's a rumor that the Eagles are discussed a possible trade for Jonathan Taylor, and they've been the most aggressive to get him. If he goes to Philly, man, oh boy, that opens up. I think that even though they have a tough schedule, I think that's kind of what they were missing last year. I think they had 4 really good backs, but I think adding one superstar back that would be man. But the books are still locked up, so that I think that's what the news was. So that's something that well to think about. I love that we're doing a future show and the books locked up. Good thing we wrote them all down, right? But no. What's your how do you feel about if he went to the what do you call it? Sorry, Eagles. How would you feel if he went to the Eagles?
I'd actually hope he goes to the Eagles because I like betting against the Eagles. And I
You
think
get better
Jonathan Taylor.
numbers.
No, I think when you're a prima donna, karma tends to come at you pretty fast. And
That is
whatever
true.
team he goes to, I think is going to be the recipient of that karma. Because why the hell is he mad?
We don't even need to get into this. Yeah, he got so everything was fine in April. He was going to be okay, and then all of a sudden he gets a new agent. His whole attitude changed. I'm not going to be the one to point fingers or call out names, but if I had one finger to give to the agent, it would be a. All right, we're moving on. We that's all we're going to leave about the Jonathan Taylor talk. I do agree though. I think if he went to the Eagles, they would be very,
I mean, he's a great
very.
player. They're a great team. It's just it don't always work, man.
Yeah, it really
Some
doesn't.
sometimes the peanut butter is too watery.
Sometimes you just bought the worst off-brand peanut butter of all time. You just needed to go. So, hey, sometimes you just need to go to Jif, man. He just needs to get on the field. He just needs to play. At the end of the day, I seriously think I don't think he's leaving the Colts unless they get like the best package.
Oh, he's gone, man.
Well, the issue is you got to sign. And like I said, I don't want to hold this forever because this is a future show, not a Jonathan Taylor show. But you got to pay when you got to trade him, and then you got to pay him. That's the big issue, and it's just we'll see. Like I said, but the more I think about it, it's just like who's going to trade him and want to pay him. So we'll see. If he's gone, he's gone. I hope he's not as a fan. I thought he's really good with the Colts. I still have memories of him. The one game I went to in 2020, or with Carson Wentz, where Carson Wentz had 57 passing yards in the third quarter. Jonathan Taylor won us that game. I have very fond memories of him. Please come home. All right. To keep this rolling, we're about almost close to an hour in. We've been doing a lot of stuff right there. A lot of info. Now here's the fun part, the fun gems. We're gonna go with player awards real quick. I only have one for sure. I'm giving out Anthony Richardson, Offensive Rookie of the Year, plus 800. Love it, man. I just think I think he's gonna have a really really special year. I don't think anybody's. I just don't think people are really like ready to see like how good he's gonna be. I think he's gonna obviously have his growing pains. He's gonna have all his issues, but when it comes to the rookies, they're leading it. Like I said, the odds are all locked now, so I'm not gonna be able to look at it. But it's basically Bijan, Bryce Young, and I think Anthony Richardson just passed Jahmyr Gibbs for third place. He was fourth place as of this morning, so the odds might have just changed a little bit too. But that's my only lean. I like Anthony Richardson of Offensive Rookie of the Year. I like Joe Burrow to win MVP. I forget whatever that was. I think Joe Burrow's gonna have a really special year. Past that, this is basically like your segment to give out what you like. That dog, man. Yeah, this is
Uh,
your segment. Go let it loose, man. What are yours that you like? And yeah, I just like I said, I only got two.
just to stick with offensive rookie of the year, I do like Quinn Richardson. I like him a lot. I think I'll get a better number on him in a few weeks.
Like you were saying about Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson, love his game. I absolutely think he's going to be a stud. I think he carries the Colts to double-digit wins. Plus 650. I feel like he's going to have a rocky start, though, like you just said. All rookies
Mm-hmm.
have rocky starts. But I think I can get this number at a longer number later in the season. I kind of bet this right now just off of what I was thinking about going into the season. And I think Quentin Johnson, as a wide receiver for the Los Angeles Chargers. He's 20 to 1 right now, plus 2,000. I think getting him right now, I think as the season gets going, he's going to just get shorter and shorter on the odds list and become either the first or second favorite So I'm gonna
I
get him
love
now at
Rowan.
2 plus 2,000. Do love Quentin Richardson though. By the Christmas, I should have tickets on Quentin Richardson also in this
You just said
award.
them both. I love it. Combine the names, Quentin Richardson. No, but you are right. If all it takes is
Oh
Keenan
yeah,
Allen,
Q
all it takes is
Rich, baby. You probably too young to know Quentin
no.
Richardson
I
in
know who Quentin Richardson
NBA.
is. That boy from he played
Yeah.
for that boy played for the Suns a little bit. I know him. I know a little bit of basketball, but no. I agree. I just want to cut you off right there. I agree with you too because like all it takes is Keenan Allen, Mike Williams getting hurt for a little bit of extended time, and he's literally basically was brought in to be. I think either to slot in either of those spots because they've been getting banged up so much over the last 2 years.
I agree with that 100%. I also think even if they don't get hurt, they're gonna take all the attention. This boy's gonna just be wide open on a linebacker or something, just down the
Even
seam
then,
every fucking play. I think him and your boy A Bear, y'all call him Herbert, is gonna have a special connection.
I think so too. I love it. Love the boy
Uh,
Herbert.
just to let things fly, that was offensive rookie of the year, offensive player of the year. Let me get some long shots here, baby. Give me Calvin Ridley plus 10,000, 100 to 1. Give me Najee Harris plus 10,000, also 100 to 1. I think Najee Harris is about to take over not only the Steelers, but take over the league as far as the premier back in the National Football League. Give me Harris to be the offensive player of the year. They usually give the MVPs to quarterbacks. Calvin Ridley, however, I think could have his name in this. He was one of the most electric wide receivers when he
So
left.
good.
Coming back, Trevor Lawrence, brand new system, Doug Peterson. I think Ridley can light up the highlights every Sunday with some 60-yard bombs. And as long as you lighten up the highlights in 2023, you'll be on people's mind come award season. The last guy I got for Offensive Player of the Year is this is my guy. I think Olave is going to take a next step to become a superstar. He was a great rookie last year,
He is
plus
gonna be good.
6,000 to be Offensive Player of the Year. Hopefully, Derek Carr can have a special connection with somebody in the city, and hopefully, it's him and not the defense.
Hopefully not.
Defensive Player of the Year, Andrew Hutchinson, plus 3,000. I like him a
Ooh.
lot. Another young guy, second year, Kayvon Thibodeau from the Giants. I like him a lot at plus 6,000. And then if you want to go down on the list, why not Mika Fitzpatrick and just go all in, have a Steeler in every award and a Steeler in every way I can.
One of them will
He's
win
10,000. Hey,
it.
100 to 1 on Fitz.
Might
That
as
boy
well.
could. What if he gets double-digit sacks and double-digit picks somehow?
That's
You
all.
never know.
I mean, literally, it would just take, especially the picks. They get big, like interception, pass deflection numbers. They should be decent for it. I like it. Not bad odds, especially for the odds. I mean, hey, you hit that. Your futures are covered, baby. Every single one,
Trying,
and the ones you thought
trying,
about.
and the ones you thought about. Hell yeah. Last guy I got for Defensive Player of the Year is another Steeler. Give me TJ Watt, the little
What?
brother, plus 800, baby. Um, my bad. Got those out the way. Let's go
You're
to
all good.
Comeback Player of the Year. I already said this guy's name. Give me Calvin Ridley, Comeback Player of the Year.
Mm.
It'll never happen. He's plus 3,000, and I'll be damned if anybody on the NFL board or writers or whoever the hell votes for these things in the NFL is going to give a guy who just got banned for gambling the Comeback Player of the Year award. So we can scratch that one off. But I think he's going to be electric this season. Michael Thomas, baby, plus 7,500, 7,500, baby. Michael Thomas, he's been out since before I hit puberty with injuries. Hopefully he
Before
can
the
come
king and
back
the
and
duck.
come back. I mean, this guy. I mean, this guy. Hopefully, he can come back and be the superstar that he was. I've been waiting. I've
We
been
need
tweeting
him.
so long, you can't even find my tweets no more about Michael Thomas giving his 15 minutes up and all these other receivers thinking they're the number one. Mike Thomas, man, come back and do your thing. Come back, play the
We
year
need you,
award
Mike.
plus 7,500. But of course, you know he's not going to win it because they're going to give it to somebody. And they
Damar
already got
Hamlin.
DeMar Hamlin minus
I
300.
say they're gonna
Makes
give
no
it to
damn
Demar.
sense to
Demar
me.
Hamlin. It's they need to separate the awards because how it goes. That's what I was about to say. If they actually vote this award fairly, I love your picks. But assuming the NFL votes how it votes, Demar Hamlin's gonna win it just for touching the field. Which I
It's going to
mean,
give them
the award
another
part of it
chance.
sucks, but I am happy that like Demar's back and playing. It's not about Demar. This is about the award itself because they gave it to Gino when Geno just kind of stunk, and then all of a sudden a really good season when they should have gave it to Saquon for what he did. It's a issue with the award itself. It's not the actual people that won it.
No, it's a chance for the NFL to shoot a commercial and have a feel good moment and get fans that aren't fans, like maybe
Good
your
click for
grandmother,
the
not to
Twitter,
talk
I
about
guess.
your grandmother, but she would be like, "Oh, that is so sweet."
Basically, I mean,
But
yeah, you got it right.
the last name for Comeback Player of the Year award, I think he's right there with Damar Hamlin. I mean, this guy's career was in question. Not his life, though. Damar Hamlin did have a special situation, and hats off to him coming back in full recovery. But Tua, Tagovailoa, I don't give a damn what his last name is. Give me Tua plus 2,000, baby, for Comeback Player of the Year award.
In Spanish, it is Tua turn the ball over, is what I heard. I'm just kidding. Tua Tagovailoa, my boy. He has a thick sleeve. I won't lie. That tattoo, woo, got a thick
I
smoking
didn't
sleeve.
catch it.
It,
I didn't
that,
catch it.
in the great words of Ryan Clark, that boy got a tattoo and that boy is thick now. Called him out for being a little
Young,
chubby, I guess.
young, thick. Okay, okay.
Boy getting a little bigger, a little more muscle on him. He needs it
Hey,
though.
that
Hopefully
boy.
keep him healthy. He did. This is one thing I want to bring up that is kind of with the betting. The only thing that I'm scared for too, if he does get hit really hard again, his career could be over. That is something so scary to think about. So hopefully he can keep everything healthy and keep everything good this year. He has been taking jiu-jitsu. He has been taking other stuff to learn how to fall. So hopefully he'll be able to protect himself a little bit better this year and get that fear out of his mind, be able to play freely. Because he can play really good. I mean, he truly, out of all the ones you gave out, like he could be a really, truly good. I think out of everyone, especially, like he has a chance to actually cut Damar Hamlin for it because of the what he went through last year. I mean, man.
That's mostly why I like him. I don't think he's that talented, but I definitely think if he just has a good year, Dolphins somehow make the playoffs, he'll be right there with it.
Oh yeah.
I love Damar Hamlin, man. And I really, honestly, I don't know Damar Hamlin. I never heard of him before he got hurt. I love his story though, but I do think that is a cheap award if he gets that award, because I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just a hater. Maybe I just don't understand what the man went through. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know, man. Let me shut up about it
It
because
should
I'm
be a
gonna end up
different
saying
award.
something
Like it,
I don't
I
want to say.
100%. I get what you're saying. It should be a different award. Like it shouldn't be comeback player of the year. Comeback player of the year should be somebody who like should be like an injury based reward. And this that should be like maybe like they should make a new award damn near like the Damar Hamlin life or yearly lifetime achievement award for people who did something triumphant that was more than just football. Comeback player of the year should be strictly to football. They should have another award that's more than football. That's how I've always viewed it.
No, I agree, man. I definitely agree. I only got a few more. Coach of the year,
Go
give
for
me
it.
Sean Payton plus 900. I think he turns around the
Woo!
Broncos. And then also, we've been talking about him all day, and I hate to because it's your team. Give me Shane Steichen
Hey, that boy Steichen. James
plus
Steichen.
2,000. I think if he gets the Colts into the playoffs,
Give
he
it to
will be
me.
right there at the top of the list for Coach of the Year. But I think Sean Payton has a tremendous opportunity if he can turn things around with all the hate Nathaniel Hackett got last season for him to really come in and make a difference. And
Nathaniel
speaking of
Hackett.
everything I just said for Sean Payton, give me Russell Wilson plus 5,000 for MVP. Give me Derek Carr plus 5,000 for MVP, and give me that boy Justin Abear. Y'all call him Herbert plus 1,000
Hair Bear.
for
That boy Hair
MVP.
Bear.
Three quarterbacks I think statistically could have a breakout year this year. Even though Herbert's already on pace, but I think he could take it to another level this year
Oh
and
yeah.
overthrow Mahomes and Burrow as the
He.
best quarterback
I say people
in the
forget he
league.
was hurt like all last year. Basically, he got hit in the ribs very early on in the season. Basically, I forget it was like bruised rib cartilage or
I
something like that. He played with a
think it was
messed up
week one too.
week one, week two. It was like very early on. He had to play with it all season. Man, I'm with you. If he can get it healthy, man, yeah, I think he could be truly special. I think he's going to be special this year. Especially, don't forget, new offensive coordinator with the number 1 and 3 pace of play in offense. All that boy does is love to sling it. So I mean, they're going to be special. I think that's all I got for the offensive awards. Like I said, there was one or two I thought about maybe giving. I was waiting to see a live number at, and funny enough, it's still locked up right now. So something's happened in the NFL, which
I
is
think
probably
it's just FanDuel.
could be. I think it might be. I think they just have some other stuff shut too, honestly. But like I said, I think
Cause
that's
they,
good for me with those rewards. Oh, they're going to delay it. Now they got site maintenance. Shout out, baby. So their site just crashed. That's what it was. Hey, nothing like doing a live show, baby.
hey, trying to tell you. I don't know where you have a props, but I got about 12 if you want to run through them real
I'd say
quick.
I got about basically the same. we're doing decent on time, about an hour and a little in. I'm thinking like we'll give this a little, hopefully 20 minutes. Like I said, there's another situation you people will know after, but for us it's like a little game now. Let's see if we can get under 20. Probably not, but I got a few I'll give out too. We can just kind of like bounce around. Do you want to do you want to do it by position group? We can just go like we'll go. So I'll just go like we'll do quarterback stats, then we'll go running backs, wide receivers. Just do it like that. Um,
That's perfect.
so I'll go with my two or three. I'll go with like two, and then I got to find my other one. So one I really do like Mahomes over 40 passing touchdowns plus 210. For most of these, I won't lie, I'm not going to give you the full breakdown I gave. If you want to hear my personal full breakdown, I have I think like 5 or 6 podcasts that are literally like the bets I give out, and I told you this episode would be me just officially giving them out. So I've already explained why I like this on my show, but just quickly to briefly do it, I think he got 37 last year, got 41 the year before. I mean, Mahomes is going to get 40. I mean, I think either this or I'm thinking of another quarterback, but Mahomes has been at 40 other than his first like year or two. He's been at 40 every other year or every other season. So I love him to get 40 passing touchdowns at plus 210. I think that's something that's definitely doable. Another guy that I like to do passing touchdowns. We just talked about him. That boy Hair Bear, baby. Justin Herbert. Give me 40 passing touchdowns at plus 550. I think this was the guy, like I said, last year, he was hurt, didn't play well, had 30 touchdowns, and he didn't play that well. I think with the upgraded offensive coordinator and the upgraded pace of play, I mean, the only thing I'm worried about is the vulture, the touchdown machine, Austin Eckler, stealing all of them, gobbling up all of them at the goal line. But like you said, he has Quentin Johnson, he has Keenan Allen, he has Mike Williams. I mean, he got some tall 6'5" MFers out there. Let him fling it a little bit. I also like, um, where is that? Sorry, Tua, 30 plus passing touchdowns. If he can stay healthy, plus 170. I really like that number. And that's about does it for me for those when it comes to quarterbacks. Tua, if he can stay healthy, the plus 170 is not a bad number at all for 30 touchdowns, especially in that Miami offense. They're going to be explosive. I have another guy from that Miami offense I can't wait to talk about in a minute.
Talking about QBs throwing touchdowns, give me the guy who throws the prettiest ball in the league, Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh.
Give me his over 28 and a hook at minus 105. That's Aaron Rodgers over 28 and a hook on passing touchdowns. Also, the guy that I've been gleaning about all season, all episode, I should say, give me Kenny Pickett, man, over 18 and a hook on touchdowns. 18 and a half minus 105. I know it's a running team. I know they don't score much, but I think they about to let
So
Kenny
low.
Pickett off the leash. I'm also on this total yards over 3,300 and a hook at
That
minus
feels a little low
125.
too.
Actually, I got both of these quarterbacks. I got Rodgers over 3,900.5, 3,900 and a hook, minus 115 on the yards, over 28 and a hook, touchdowns, minus 105. And then I got Kenny Pickett over 3,300 and a hook, yards, and Kenny Pickett over 18 and a half touchdowns. The last quarterback I have on touchdowns is the opposite of one you just gave out. I'm on the under Mahomes at 37 and a hook, minus
Ooh.
125. I think the Chiefs do have a fall off year, and
Wait,
I think Mahomes
question. So I would say, is it? Well, I guess you're about to answer a little bit too. Why? I was about to say, why? If you could pick a number, what do you think he's going to get to then? Like, if you think it's going to be a little bit
36,
under. Oh, okay. So you think it's going to
37,
be okay? So you still think he's going to have
heartbreaking.
an all right season, but you think it's just going to be he's not going to have like that Mahomes boy season where he throws like 40 some.
I think he's going to have an average season, and to his standards, an average season is Ryan Tannehill. Um, I don't think
Ryan
he's going to
Tannehill's
be a
crazy.
horrible. Yeah, I don't think he's horrible. I think he's going to turn the ball over a little more. I think the team as a unit is going to have a few more fumbles. I just think the team of the Chiefs, and this is just me guessing, gutting, thinking, is going to not be there fully, man. Like I said, some of those players got their second ring. I just don't think they're going to come with the same appetite every game to get things done. I think they're going to turn into every team, especially dynasties, they get to a point to where it's who gives a damn about week 4.
Yeah,
Let's just get to the playoffs and turn it on. Some teams can do it and some teams can't do it.
and
We
that's
watch
why the
teams
Chiefs
do it
just
all the
never.
time in the NBA, and I think this is a year where the Chiefs barely make the playoffs, and by barely make it, they can still win this division at 10-7. But I think it's a down year for the Chiefs as a whole. I think things just don't go Right. And so I'm going to fade Mahomes with the under 37 and the hook. He also has the highest total on this list by 4 or 5 touchdowns. And I don't know if he's better than every other quarterback, 4 or 5 touchdowns. He's better than them for sure.
Yeah,
But I don't know if it's this big. I think he still gets to 35, 36, 37 touchdowns. But you give me 37 and a hook, I'll put a wet finger on it and see if it's hot. Give me Mahomes under 37 and a half, minus 125. Just to finish off quarterbacks, I got two more yardage. I got your boy Q Rich over 2,625 and the hook yards. That's over 2,625 and a half yards, minus 120 on that one. And then I
shout
have
out AR.
Russell Wilson over 3750.5, 3,750.5 minus 105. I think Sean Payton and the Broncos turn it up. If you've heard anything I've talked about, I think the Steelers and Pickett turn it up. And I think the Colts are way better than people think. And I also think Aaron Rodgers is going to have his Tom Brady and Peyton Manning first year with the new team.
He looks. I tell you what. If we know anything about Aaron Rodgers too, he is very. That boy looks to get out ahead of people and be able to point fingers and be like, "I told you so." And he has a lot of "I think I told you so's" ready that he's ready to say at the speech. So I really do love that.
They're going
I'm
to
gonna
cash
cut.
him in.
Oh yeah, he has, hey, you know they were talking about you got receipts. That boy has been saving every single receipt. He goes and buys a penny pitcher. He's like, hey, I want the receipt. That boy getting them everywhere, man. Um, one more. I just want to. I have some like two team specials I really didn't give out. I like the 49ers to score one touchdown every game at plus 100. That I can't believe that's even money. That's the only reason I love it. Even money for them to score a touchdown every game. Even if they don't, then hey, But with Brock Purdy at the helm, I think they should. And then the last one, the Colts to do the same damn thing, baby. Plus 750. No, the real one I'm going to give out. The Colts score a rushing touchdown every game at plus 10,000. That's my biggest long shot of the day. That's my biggest odds play of the day. I mean, this is. I also love this before Jonathan Taylor decided to be a thorn in the side of all Colts fans and decided to act how he is. But you think about it, they got a scrambling quarterback. They're going to need to rely on the run game. They have Shane Steichen, who loves the motto, pass to get ahead, run to win the game. I think to get a rushing touchdown pretty easily at plus 10,000. I say it's pretty easy. I ain't the one trying to
It
rush in the goal line against all those 300-pounders. So,
it's it's crazy because it's such a fun bet to make, especially for your team.
oh yeah,
The part that sucks is if you get to week 14 and you've just been sweating out this bet all
man,
year,
that
it's still alive, and you got 3 more games.
hey, if you parlay, you already got the experience known, baby. No, but honestly, you got a really good point. That's why it's really for fun. If you want to take the real one, Colts scored a touchdown every game plus 750. It's not bad. You can get. They're one of the very few teams you can get the odds this high on. That's why I truly do love it more than me just being a fan. Also, I forgot to mention it. Chiefs get the one seed plus 320 if you think they're going to have a really good year and are able to get the best team in the NFL. Let's move on to running backs, man. I got not too many. I think I got a lot more receivers than running backs, but all my running backs are basically the same thing, damn near. Give me Saquon Barkley. They're all rushing touchdown totals. Saquon Barkley over 10 rushing plus 170. Revenge year, contract year. Saquon Barkley is going to get 10 rushing touchdowns. I don't think I need to go into that one too much. Christian McCaffrey, 10 rushing touchdowns, plus 250. That's an offensive bet. I love how good the offense is. I love how good that offense is. Do I need to say it again? I love how good that offense is. They were the best offense in the NFL. They average almost 30 points a game with Brock Purdy in. And I mean, with the way they're going to play, I mean, 10 rushing touchdowns. Come on, man. Come on, man. James Conner for the Arizona Cardinals. They have 10 rushing touchdowns in the year, plus 360. The only thing that scares me about this is the Arizona Cardinals have to get in position to score 10 touchdowns for him, but he's basically the only back they got. If you go to the Arizona Cardinals depth chart, you might as well have me out there, boy. I haven't even read it, but I know it ain't a bunch of big names, so I think that 10 rushing touchdowns for him. Fantasy-wise, I think he's going to have a really good fantasy year, but rushing-wise, yeah, I'll admit, he's one of the longer shots I have, but between Christian McCaffrey and Saquon, he's probably the worst, but plus 360 is not bad at all. And I think I have one more. I actually think I don't. I think that's it for me. Yeah, I think that all I got left is I got like 4 or 5 receivers to give out. Yeah, that's about. Oh, one quarterback I'm questioning. Jalen Hurts to have 30 passing touchdowns and plus 360. There's a question mark by it. Not bad odds, but that I'm probably not taking that. So yeah, like I said, Saquon Barkley, 10 rushing touchdowns, plus 170. James Conner, 10 rushing touchdowns. Don't feel the best about it, plus 360. Christian McCaffrey, 10 rushing touchdowns. Love it, man. Plus 250, baby. And that's what I got for my
I ain't gonna
running
lie.
backs.
I'm a bet that Barkley one with you, man.
Plus 170, dude. Plus 170 for Saquon. It just feels like that should be about even money, maybe even minus 110. Honestly, that's a huge number play. I love it. My favorite one I gave
No,
out.
it is. I like it a lot. I just wrote it down. I wrote down like 5 of your bets that I'm definitely gonna bet. That's one of them. Running back wise, or rushing touchdown wise, or rushing wise. Give me Pacheco for the Chiefs. I think everybody's going under. Give me Pacheco under 800 in a hook.
Mm.
Yardage minus 125. Give me Nick Chubb 12,000. Get out of town. Give me the under on Nick Chubb 12,000 in
Ooh.
the hook minus 110. Deshaun Watson is back and he's back to take over. They're gonna sling that thing, and if they do run it, I bet you Deshaun Watson is gonna be running as much as Nick Chubb
They're
because
$230
that's the
million
type of guy
quarterback.
that he is. All or nothing. But I'm on Nick Chubb's under 12,000, 1,200. Under 1,200.5 yards, minus 110. Pacheco under 800.5, minus 125. The one rusher I am on the Steelers, like I told you. Give me Najee Harris to have a 1,000 yard
Mm.
season. Najee Harris over 950 yards and a hook, minus 115. Also, give me Najee Harris over 6.5 touchdowns, minus
Wow.
125.
That's it. I guess 6 is kind of a lot, but I think he could get 7.
He'll
He's
have
going to be
7
their
by
goal
week
line.
8.
He's going to be their goal line guy, especially if they. There is a scare that Jalen Warren might. I think Jalen is his first name, but there's a scare Warren might take snaps from him as the season goes on. But even if he does, he's going to be the goal line guy for sure.
I don't care who else the damn Steelers got. Najee Harris getting 15, 20 rushes a game, and when they get by the goal line, they're going to put him right behind that rookie tight end they just got from Georgia and just go ahead and walk that thing in. I
Oh man, that boy. What's I can't. I'm so mad I can't think of it. Washington.
don't know.
I think
Number 0 for Georgia last year, y'all. Big
six
Burly
seven.
Mob. So yeah, give me Najee over 6 and a hook on the touchdowns, minus 125. Can't think of this guy's name.
Darnell
New England
Washington.
Patriots. Steve Stoudemire. Steven Stoudemire. Radahadamine.
Are you talking about Ramondre Stevenson?
Yeah. Give me over
I'm like, who are
5.5.
you talking about, bro? Like this
I don't
man.
know his name.
I
And
thought
you
you were
don't know
trying to
how
summon
fuck,
a demon or something. I'm like, what are you saying over there?
bro, I don't know his name and I messed up and I just put Steve. But I know who I was talking about when I put
Hey,
Steve, but I couldn't
I feel
I
you.
don't know.
Yeah, that boy
But give me
Ramondre, baby.
Ramondre Steve, baby. Give me over 5.5 on him as far as touchdowns go, minus
That was a
120.
good
And then
one.
the last one I got is a quarterback, baby. Over 5.5 rushing touchdowns for
Aaron
that
Rodgers.
boy, Lamar Jackson, minus 105.
Aaron Rodgers is plus 1,500, I think, for that same number for
I,
5
I
rushing.
wouldn't bet Aaron Rodgers to get one rushing touchdown.
And I do like the Lamar one though. That Lamar one for on some real stuff is really good play. What'd you say the number was again?
Over 5 and a hook, minus 105.
Ooh, that is nice. Minus 105. Beautiful.
Rahadamore's 5.5 too, and he's minus 120.
Rahada Moore Stickman, or however you said his name.
Hey, y'all know who it is, man. It's the
Yeah,
boy
hey,
Steve.
for those people who are new, our boy over here, we aren't gonna say he's not the Albert Einstein of names, but he's the Albert Einstein of betting. We brought him on here to bet, not say names right. That's what we got
Hey,
Google
I'm a
for.
numbers guy, not an English guy.
Hey, to be fair, some people got some really hard names. Somebody got me the other day. The Iowa State running back got in trouble for gambling. I tried to say his name. It's like, ooh man, it's like Jihrel. It's like, man, and then it's just like, oh yeah, it's just Jahari. It's like, what? It's like I didn't get that from there. Like, hey,
The
I tell you
thing,
what, only thing harder than gambling, one of them things, that's names. Names are really hard. Some people just have some tough names, man.
it's one of those things. I don't know why I just can't even register it. Like you could tell it to me, write it down for me, break it down, and I'm gonna be
Me
like,
too. It's
bro,
like
that boy name is Dada. Like I ain't never gonna get it.
that boy's name is. Well, I can't even say what you said. Like Remy Stickman, basically. But hey, man, hey, we Hey, we're doing decent, man. We got about 10 minutes to get this wide receiver done to hit our under. I think we got it, man. Last one for the day. We gave out a lot of bets today, so people,
I know
we
we
got a
got it.
lot. We got a lot of that. We got the wide receivers. But yet again, all mine are touchdown totals. There are 3 in here. I think there's about the 5 to 6 I give out. There's gonna be 3 that I am gonna be I'm really excited for. I'll start with we'll start in the order that I guess I kind of like. Garrett Wilson, 10 touchdowns plus 125. Aaron Rodgers is gonna find that dude like he's the new Devontae Adams. And I mean, if you watch the Hard Knocks probably made this number shoot up to like almost minus 150 now, because they said he's special. That's Aaron Rodgers quote word for word when talking about Garrett Wilson. Like, I threw a ball behind him. He's truly special. So I think for him, 10 touchdowns plus 125. I think he's going to be Aaron Rodgers' favorite target. I think that's definitely doable. Going back down to the south a little bit in Miami, Tua, favorite target. Tyreek Hill, 10 receiving touchdowns plus 200. Give it to me. I really like that one. I think he had 8 last year, and he had 8 last year without Tua playing all year. I think this is his breakaway speed. I mean, all it takes is a slant, and he's gone, a slant and go, and he is gone. So I really do like that. There's one I question, AJ Brown 10 at plus 170. I'm not confident fully in that, but I do really kind of like it, so I'm going to be staring at it a little bit longer. DK Metcalf, 10 touchdowns plus 300. Love that one. He should have honestly led the NFL in red zone touchdowns last year, but I think he dropped about 6 to 7. Give him half of those. I think he had over 10. I really do like DK Metcalf. I think he's going to be a huge red zone target for Geno. Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Lions, plus 550 for him to have 10 receiving touchdowns. That's another one I'm a little bit iffy on, but no Jameson Williams for the first 6 weeks, so that's one less receiver. Plus 550 for really good odds. I really do like that. And he's their number 1 receiver. I got 2 more to give out. I'll give out the longest of long shots. This is the rookie. I'm not telling anybody to take it, but for plus 1100, if you think that boy Hyatt for the New York Giants is going to do something, he's going to be their burner. If you watch the preseason, oh boy, he already burnt somebody in the preseason. They got a really good grin out of me. Plus 1100. I think his name's Jalen Hyatt. 10 receiving touchdowns. Plus 1100, like I said, this is going to be one of those ones, like, I'm going to take it solely for the fact it could pay off like 6 of my futures if it hits. And then my last one, this is probably my top 3 favorite. Mike Evans, 10 receiving touchdowns and plus 470. Russell Gage got hurt out for the year. Chris Godwin didn't have the best year last year. They're going to need somebody to throw the ball. And he might not be the fastest. He probably almost is the biggest, but that boy's going to catch touchdowns and he's going to get 1,000 yards. Give me Mike Evans, 10 receiving touchdowns, plus 470. My 3 favorite, Garrett Wilson, Tyreek Hill, and Mike Evans. And like the stepchild it is, but I really do love it. Bring in Hyatt at plus 1100. Those are my 4 favorite that I'm really going to watch for. And DK Metcalf's another one where it's like, my receiver ones are by far my favorite. It's just 10 is a lot, but I think I picked out 5 or 6 names of guys that I truly think they're going to get 10 that are easily over 2 to 1, except for one of them.
No, I love Hyatt. I don't know about 10 touchdowns, but I think he's going to have a few games where he gets 2 or 3 catches, ends up breaking one, and it's two catches, 60 yards and a touchdown.
Find his true over under. If it's like, I'm not saying telling like you to do it. I'm just saying for the people out there, find his true over under, and it might be really worth it. Because the one preseason highlight I saw of him was him burning somebody for a touchdown. It's like, that's all I need to see. That's what they got him for. I know his third string spot.
No, I'm excited about the Giants and Hyatt, and I heard some people today on the radio talking about him for Offensive Rookie of the Year. My wide receiver props, F them. Ain't got them. Don't like wide receivers. Don't trust no wide receiver.
That's why
I really
don't. Go under. Love
I don't
man.
have one wide receiver prop, man.
Really? Well, fine. We're gonna do a little. We're gonna do a little game then, since you don't got one. But finish your thought real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's so iffy, man. Wide receivers, this the one position that truly, I mean, running backs too a little bit, but wide receivers, man, they could be like on the verge. You think about to have a breakout season, you never hear from them again. They could have 4 breakout seasons and fall off, and they could be trash for 8 years and then have a great season because they linked up with a better quarterback. True. It's just so much into getting a wide receiver the ball and getting him yards. And then when you really look at the history books and the numbers and all that, to just really understand what it takes a wide receiver to get 10 touchdowns in a year is just bananas to me.
Yeah, it's like I said, I know I gave out these numbers and I talked to it like it's very easy. It's very, very hard because especially too, you got to hope they're sometimes longer because they get in the red zone, they're running the ball 2 or 3 times. I mean, there's so many
You
things
got
that
to
can
be
go wrong with a wide
special.
receiver. And that's why, like for mine, for example, like I'm glad you brought that point up. That's why with mine, if you notice, I just want to read you out like my quarterback wide receiver combos. Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, I know that one's mad. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, yeah. But Geno Smith, Metcalf, that's a little bit better. But the ones are like Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Tua, Tyreek Hill. I think those are the two I love the most. And if you got two really good quarterbacks there, that's what it comes down to. Also, that sucks. You need a really good quarterback, really good receiver, and at the end of the day, too, you kind of need a really good line. Like, I mean, it's the one position where you need to
You
rely
need a
on
really
almost
good
everyone to get you the
line.
ball.
You
Man,
also need a pretty damn good number two receiver because if you don't have somebody on the other side of the field that can
everyone and
catch
their
the ball,
grandmammies on you.
and
You're
that's
exactly
why it
right.
is so special what Jamar Chase has done. But a lot of that is because of the T. Higgins. It is so special
Yeah.
what Justin Jefferson has done, and a lot of that I don't even know.
Adam Thielen
I don't
last year had
watch
the second
Vikings
most route
football.
runs in the NFL.
Adam Thielen is a damn dog, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like,
So there you go. It takes all of that. You can't just be a good receiver and run a 4 yard four and all of a sudden think you're just gonna blow by people at the NFL level and they're not gonna have
right.
two people waiting on you.
Takes some real skill. I'm really
And
glad that. Go ahead.
my bad. Last thing on
You're
that
good.
too is it's the NFL. You get 6 days to prepare for every game. It ain't like you can go week one, 2 touchdowns, week three, 2 touchdowns, and by week four, you're not on the damn top of the list when teams come to play you. So
Right.
it's just tough, man.
I was yeah. Anytime you're, especially too, anytime you have like a really good game twice in a row, the first thing that they go on TV is like, all right, how do we stop this guy? And most of the guys on the list I gave out are like, all right, how do we stop this guy? Name. So it's really, really tough. I'm glad, like I was gonna say, I'm glad I want the gimmick I wanted to save. We almost didn't get to use it. I'm glad. There's one section I was gonna save it for you. This is the you gotta take one. Basically, it's a gimmick. I couldn't think of a better name, but it's your
I
turn.
like
You
it.
think of better
You
name.
got to take one.
You gotta take one. So basically, between all the wide receiver names I gave out for $10 receiving touchdown bets, you say you don't like it. You got to take one. Who are you going to take if you had to take somebody? If you need me to read them out again with the odds, I can. If not, I mean, you got like Wilson, 10 receiving, 125. Hill, like I said, plus 200. Amon-Ra plus 550. Evans plus 470. If you had to take somebody, Metcalf 300. Hyatt plus 1100. If you had to take somebody and you like, this needs to hit, or like, I mean, I'm not gonna say you got shot or something because I'm not gonna make this like super sad, but like, this has to hit. This is something like you're like, all right, I gotta buy my mama a gift. This has to hit. What do you got? You gotta buy Grammy a gift. Gotta buy my homie a gift. Like, you need this to hit. You gotta pay rent. Never do that though. That one you can't be doing in real life.
I ain't gonna lie,
Gamble
bro. I was about to
responsibly, but
debunk the whole build up to this because I'm gonna be honest with you. You give me $10 to put on this, I'll throw it on anything because it's just $10. And if I need to buy my mama something, I'm gonna go to the dollar store and
well,
get a $8 worth of
well,
something
that's why it's called a
in
gimmick, man.
in
You
the
gotta play
card.
the gimmick. God damn it. I understand you can poke holes through it. You gotta play the gimmick.
No,
No,
I
I
get that,
respect.
but
I respect. No, you are truly right though. This is something like This is, at the end of the day with
as a
gambling, it's
gimmick,
something.
you gave me $100 and said you can't have the $100, but you
Yeah,
got to put it on one of these
it's like
bets,
bonus money,
and
$100 bonus
if
money. You
you
gotta
win,
bet
you
it.
can have it. I hate to do this. The worst wide receiver I've ever seen. The worst wide receiver I've ever heard of.
Oh my
If
god,
I had to pick somebody,
I know
it'd
who
be
it is.
Mike Evans.
I knew it. The second you said worst wide receiver, I'm like, he's gonna talk about Mike Evans.
They got nothing else going on in Tampa Bay, bro.
oh, hey, you know him best though.
Best
He's in your
believe
division.
Mike Evans getting 13 passes and he's gonna get a game and he's gonna get a chance to have career numbers and he's gonna get a chance to be the Allen Iverson on the '04 Sixers. So you just get a bunch of stats for nothing. And Mike Evans is going to be perfect for that. Nobody's going to care coming into the game against the Bucks. Nobody's going to take it that serious. Nobody's going to game plan for you, bro. Just go out there, do whatever you want.
They're
We're going
gonna
to be
get
up
Caleb
24
Williams
6
or
by the
Drake
half.
May next year. I mean, that you might be onto something here.
That's the only reason I would do it. I do like Garrett Wilson a lot. I think he does get double digit touchdowns. I like the Jets. I like Rodgers. I like Wilson. I like the combination. Everything you said about Rodgers and Wilson. Um, and I love the kid, the rookie from the Giants. Can't remember his name off the
Jalen
top. But
Hyatt.
when you
I can't know him first name. Last name's Hyatt for sure. So I don't want to keep butchering it. That's what it's called.
no, I love Hyatt. I don't think he gets 10. Wilson or Evans
For a
on me
rookie.
for me. And if you gave me $10, I'd probably put five on each.
Man, this went from a $100 bet to a $5 bet. I need to know where you did with this $90, man. You splitting me something? Boy just hiding down there. He's like, yeah, I bet all of it, shoving it under the desk, trying to be like, shut the door, like, stay shut, dude.
Right.
But hey, man,
No, man, nah, man, nah. Don't worry about the ticket. Don't worry about the ticket.
I promise
Getting
you, I bet
ribs
it
on
all. I
my
bet it
teeth.
all.
Nah, yeah, man.
But hey, I truly appreciate you coming on. We basically made about an hour 30, hopefully a little bit less with all the cutting and everything. But hey, I truly appreciate it, man. We got a lot of info out here. It's been a minute since you've been on. Really good times. You got anything you want to say before you go? Like I said, really appreciate you coming on again.
I'm geeked, bro. I'm ready for this shit to be real. Got a little over 2 weeks. Well, actually,
Woo!
2 weeks and a
15
day
days.
before I get to
14 days
bet the
tomorrow.
Chiefs -6 and a hook. Already got that bet placed in for Thursday night football. Chiefs -6.5. But I just can't wait for this shit to be real. Football season sucks because it's been hyped up since May,
I
and
know
I'm just
now.
ready for it to get here.
And now we're here, and this is gonna
And
be the longest part of it. I mean, not in May when we're there. It's always now.
now August is a long ass month because of the anticipation for football. When I wasn't doing sports and media stuff like I was, it was easier to ignore. But I do love football. I do. I cannot wait for it. I'm looking forward to this weekend's games. Week 0. I got 3 bets there, and then yeah, man, I'm looking forward to watching all these futures play out and all the storylines. And I think the Saints and Colts are at least gonna be playing for something come December, January. I don't know if they'll be playing for a true shot at a championship, but hopefully they'll be playing for some wild card spot or
So,
something.
something matters for somebody. Hopefully, I'm excited for that game. I totally forgot about it for a minute because my aunt's a state fan. She's going to that game. She totally talked to me about it. I totally forgot when she told me at the time. It's like, oh yeah, I got my guy who's a Saint fan. That'll be a lot of fun, man. But what I'm really excited for is get you back on for college basketball season. That's what I'm really excited for. Like, man, I don't think I got you on too much last year because we were setting up and everything. I'm really excited to get you on more so the people can understand it. Before we go, real quick, very last thing. What are your bets for week 0? I'm just kidding. Don't answer that. You got to go watch his show to listen to it. I got you. You got to go watch his show. I'm not going to make him give them out here. You actually got to go watch it. I appreciate
I can
everybody
give
for
it
watching.
out,
No,
man.
no, 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 no. That's not how we're doing it here. We already gave out a lot of bets. If you want to go watch it, I'll probably be giving out mine too. I'm assuming on Friday. I'm assuming that's what we'll talk about a little bit. But yeah, basically that's about it, man. I appreciate everybody for watching. Appreciate all the support and everything. Appreciate my guy for coming on. Appreciate Stare Down Sports, man, for partnering and sponsoring us. Basically, just thank myself in the
Also,
last one. But
staredownsports.com already has an article up with all of my week 0 picks.
yes, sir. Love to hear it. And like we said, I'm gonna have all your stuff in YouTube. If you want to go follow him, I'll have all that in the description and everything. Follow us at Stare Down Sports, like we said. You'll be able to follow him on all of his stuff that I have at the bottom. And really, I'm really excited, man. We're 14 days away. It's technically 15, but at the time of everyone's watching this, it'll be 14. Really do love it, man. Appreciate you having it on. And hey, man, let's have a damn year.